Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of First Impressions here at MurrOtter. I'm Matt, and today we're checking out the game ScourgeBringer, which is a new sort of action platformer with roguelite elements from Flying Oak Games, eStudio, and Dear Villagers. That is a long list of things to say. Out right now on Steam, as well as the Xbox Game Pass for PC, which has some fun bugs that we can talk about here in the video. I've already been playing for a little bit to get a feel for the game. I absolutely suck at it, like most things. And let's just jump in and check stuff out. Everybody has been saying it is like Celeste meets Dead Cells. I would not say that's inaccurate. However, there are definitely things I think it reminds me of maybe a little bit more, especially than Dead Cells. It does have a sense of permanent progression. That's similar to Dead Cells. It does have platforming like Celeste. I would just say, though, movement and the way you navigate from room to room, and even some of the setup and the boss layout and things like that, that is a little bit more reminiscent to me of stuff like Flint Hook, or even like, not really Rogue Legacy, I guess, because that works a little bit differently. But just some of those other 2D platforming roguelites that have permanent progression, which I understand Dead Cells has. And again, I also don't really know how like branching paths and things will work later. So anyway, let's talk about the game a little bit. I have not mastered any of the things I'm about to tell you about, but I'm still going to try to tell you about them. You have your basic attack. I just used it. You also have a slam attack, which I just used. When your enemy tells you they're going to attack like that, you can hit them with a slam attack to stun them. There are more things. I'm not done. That's the problem I'm having with the game so far, and it's my problem. It's not the game's problem, which is that there are a million buttons. And I forget about half of them. For example, I haven't even shot my gun yet, which, as you can see now, we have ammo. You shoot with the right trigger, which I had to teach myself, or apparently the right joystick. That's new. Or it might not actually be new, but it's new to my brain. So that's actually pretty dope. So you have a few things. You have a shop, but you also find these altars of blood, which kind of work like a chest room in Isaac. They're basically your free upgrades that you get per floor. I think per floor. To be honest with you, I have not passed the boss yet. Like I said, I've only been playing for a few minutes so far. Nevertheless, let's see. We can make our gun reload energy slowly recharges automatically. Weapons drop randomly when finishing a room. Weapons? I don't know what that means. And judges drop more items with at least one health item. I'm not sure what a judge is, so I'm choosing that. And then maybe by transitive property, I will learn what a judge is. Oh, another attack. You have a dash attack. You don't have iframes during that attack, but it does essentially act as your... Okay, so see, that was a stun attack there. When you do that, you'll see the enemies kind of like lock in the open position. It also serves as the tell when somebody's going to attack. Think of it kind of like a parry. It gives back 1 HP. That's fantastic. Apparently something in here was a judge. I'm just not sure exactly what. Apologies for the voice, or any sniffles or cough. I'm getting over a cold a little bit. I mentioned that in my StretchBot video yesterday, but again, I don't expect that you necessarily have been watching things in chronological order and keeping up with the entire MurrOtter canon, which is honestly disappointing, because you know, you should go back and watch from the beginning, or you won't understand what's happening in this first impressions video because of all the important references I make. I basically constantly forget I have a gun. I'm sure it's valuable. You know, ranged attacks and whatnot. We'll talk a little bit when I inevitably die here momentarily about how the upgrade system works. You do have permanent upgrades. Flint Hook, I believe you had upgrades you could earn in perpetuity, but they did not all stack or stay together. As far as I know, in this one, you don't have to pick between them. They all stick with you. I think the Celestiness of this game comes in the flipping style of your double jump. I guess it's actually a triple jump when you use your R1. I kept calling it a double jump. So you can make it from the bottom of the screen to the top, just using your jumps. But the way her hair rolls, or him, I'm not really sure. There's a story, but I don't know what it is. Anyway, that's definitely contributing to the Celeste of the game. As is probably just the fluidity of movement. Nope, don't do it. Don't do it either. God, there's a lot of stuff that can kill me. Oh, I mentioned that there is a bug. Increases max ammo by 10% and HP by 1. The bug in the Xbox version of the game, this is release day, February 6th. I was looking at my time, and so I took damage. I mean the date. But this is not the run. The bug is that sometimes when you hit the slam button, you disappear off of the map. You can still shoot and move around, but nothing happens. You basically have to X out. So in the middle of a boss fight, you might have made it a certain distance into the game. You might be really excited about your success. And then you're going to lose all of your progress. And you're going to sort of, excuse me, when I say all of your progress, I mean in that particular run. Your save file isn't corrupted or anything like that. But God, I'm doing terribly. I've done probably 10 runs or something now, and runs is a very loose term for what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna have to like go off the side here in order to get out. But when I say runs, I mean to say I've died that many times trying to figure out the game, so I could show you all and look like a champion. Can you tell? I can't even hit the open holes. That's what she said. Where in the hell is the boss? We haven't even beat the mini boss. Another mechanic we could talk about in the game. So in order to get out of the exit, can I buy something here? I'm very close to being able to buy HP. There's a map. A machine gun. Won't be valid. Ooh, a map though is cheap, but there's no value in that really. Like I would want to go to all the rooms anyway, because at this point I need the HP before like a real boss fight. Sometimes I feel like I find the boss like instantly, and other times I feel like, you know, I've like traversed like half the fucking map. Ah! I didn't think he'd shot yet. So this is the tree. This is where you can cache stuff in. This is like your hub, if you will. You can jump right here on this little altar. Purchase different items. We could buy lightning travel with our next item, because this branch is done. I don't know if we have to like extend out of certain branches, or we can't go up until a whole branch is done, or if you know, maybe we have to complete a whole floor and then we go up, or we have to actually beat the boss or something before you can upgrade more. Otherwise you're just gonna be like unstoppable within the first like little bit of the game. I'm also not sure if those drops are random, kind of like cells and dead cells. They are indeed your permanent currency though, but they'd stick with you after the run. Not ideal. See, the problem here is like deciding which enemy you're going to try to stun, and you sometimes have to bail out of your attack chains. That fortunately saved us from what was a disastrous start. Here's our altar. Hopefully it has a health restoration option. Now once we jump in, I don't know if we can not choose. I actually want to test this out. 5% more damage per missing HP. Weapon drop. I randomly have to finishing room. More likely drop kinds of items in finishing room. I'm going to hit B. So you cannot leave the altar. So sometimes we might want to wait to jump on in case there is restorative properties, and we want to go a little bit further before putting all our health back. That said, I'm going to take the weapon drop, see what happens with that. Right now I've mostly been playing for longevity, and I don't regret it. But I also just want to be in a situation where I can do more damage. Like, I've been playing for HP upgrades because I take a lot of damage because I suck. But also I might take less damage if I could kill things faster. It means I don't have to be locked in the room with these maniacs for too long. Just get locked in here with me. Hello, Shrub. He's not a shrub. He's a grub. Words are really hard, especially when you're trying to fight these like fat bats, you know? The world needs fewer fat bats. I'm not body shaming the bats. I guess actually fat bats are pretty good, because we're all supposed to like bats because they eat bugs or something, right? There's always those people, you know? Oh, you hate spiders? Spiders eat bugs. Well, that's fine, but to me, spiders are bugs. Who eats the spiders? Bats, probably, right? I've come full circle. I'm into bats. I'm not even sure what I'm talking about. Let me know in the comments what you think of bats. So this would be our exit. This is our boss fight. When I say exit, we have to get by a boss in order to exit. But the point is, that is where we, if successful, could leave the map. there, we've stunned it, and we have moved on. We're in search now of the mini-boss room, which is what gives you access to an exit. Nope. Fuck! I said gives you access to an exit. That's, I guess, technically true, but what I'm trying to say actually is to a boss fight. This is not going. This is actually my least favorite combo rooms, or of enemies, because they all shoot chains at you. But in order to finish one, you need to be locked into like an attack chain. And then it's hard to mentally break away from finishing them off. And so like, if they spread out, you can't even get over to another one. You're exposed. And as far as I know, there's not a lot of iframe movement. Or by a lot of, I mean any that I'm aware of. You can do kind of what I'm doing right here, where you kind of like dash away. But see, like this is bad too, because this guy, look at this. I mean, like that is nonsense. And normally you have something to hide behind from that guy in this room. Not today. 205, you have something that will heal me forever? Nope. Max HP by 1. That's not gonna get it done, sir. So the good news is the mini boss is relatively easy once you understand the pattern. Mini boss, not real boss. So we should be able to do that if and when we ever actually find it, which is not a given at any point right now in this room. The waves. So notice you can actually use the floors, even if you can pass through them, you can use them for protection. So that's probably the best way to hide from those guys, is drop down under them or over them. I have a tendency of looking away right when I enter a room and taking immediate damage. Such is the plight of being distracted. Alright, this is that mini boss fight I was mentioning. I'm gonna just stay right here and say where I was safe. Did you happen to catch how safe I was? So you just want to get to where he is, stun him, and then chain together those attacks. He's kind of taking a lot right now. We got him. So that's enough to get you out of the exit. They're gonna give me an extra HP. When you do get an HP up, the nice thing is that it comes Herbie's fully loaded, where you can already, fucking Christ, where you're able to, what the hell was I even talking about? When you get the new HP, it comes stock. It's not like you get an empty heart. So it's, if you're at 1 out of 11, instead of going to 1 out of 12, you go to 2 out of 12. Does that make sense? So I have 1 HP. That's a perfect conditions for a boss fight. Whoa, wait. The shop had an HP up, so we'll go visit it. By going through this room, we'll pray that we don't die, which we did. That's a death. When... Hold on. When Mama Bat loves Papa Bug. What does that mean? Okay, we did get we got a currency there. So now we can fast travel, which would have saved us the death we just had. Now, pardon my cough. This builds a combo meter based on your speed and attack variety. The bigger the meter, the more droplets. Wow, okay. So that kind of like changes the entire gameplay mechanic. It's cool that they want to train you to not do what I do, which is get used to hitting a certain button. Like in this game, you have to learn that you need to change up what you hit, because otherwise you're not going to be able to stun your enemies. That was a very good room. That's like how this game is meant to be played. Someone put that in the textbook, and let's pretend nothing else I've ever done has ever happened in my whole life. See, like, it's too much. You're doing too much. You're trying to be too much, sir. I need to kill your little friends. The problem here, I might have got a little iframe there. We can work with that. Everything that just happened was okay. It was a semi-challenging room, by my standards. I'm not saying it would be for you. Like, this room, you don't need to take any damage. Oh shit, this is where we are. Okay. The problem is when he goes to the top right or bottom, or top left. Because I have trouble getting up there. If you want to keep doing this for me, though, Merry Christmas to me, baby. Once again, we actually have a gun. We're going to get an HP back. I would like to get an actual upgrade, but if I can get to the boss fight with 10, we have a fighting chance. I've only fought the boss, truly fought it once. I've been in the room twice, but once was basically with no health. We are at full health. We're at the item shop. We're not going to be able to buy anything. We might be able to get back in HP if we get into an emergency situation later. I have a teleporter. That teleporter that I just bought, I just don't know how to use it. Please one. Fucking Christ. I'm just trying to be near him because when he gets mad, we're gonna die. Fuck the spikes. I'm gonna have to spend my money getting health back. This is not going well. Okay. I'm doing it. I'm spending money on spikes. Oh, wait. I'm not, actually. There is an altar item that fully restores your health. I'd like to wait and see the altar. You never want to advance until you see the altar, because those are your free upgrades. Always worth checking out. The other thing is, I need to remember, I'm often trying to wait to get the stun on the enemies as, like, my only means of killing them. But I need to remember, like, if I can get on them, like I did just then, you can kill them before they even have a chance to do anything. Spikes also deactivate, oh, I just passed it all through. Oh, we'll go ahead. All good. The more we can clear before going there, potentially, the better. Unless, of course, they're going to give me something that will allow me to advance. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm, like, playing all right. It's like I actually suddenly just remembered I have the dash attack, and it lets me be a little bit more mobile. And that's kind of the whole idea of this game. Don't stay in one spot. Hit people with the crits when you can. See, that's a free upgrade, which comes, again, Herbie's fully loaded. I would I would like you to be able to see the boss in this fucking first impressions video. No! That one was okay. We're alright. Now remember, at any moment, I could disappear forever. Because of the bug. I want to say that we should be safe to get to the boss fight, but nothing is a guarantee. Maybe I should lay off the slam button just in case. Remember what I said about my least favorite kind of room? I mean, honestly, though, right now I've turned into a major league gamer, so I'll sign autographs after the video. I don't know. There's a moment for me a lot of times in roguelites where at least the idea of the controls click and the mechanics, and I think that's happened in the course of this run, which is fun. I also really like the location of the dash button. I wasn't sure I was going to. It's on R1. I tend to like my roll, if you will, attached to my circle or my B button. But it's nice to be able to do it in the midst of your attack chains. Obviously, the developers had a better idea of how to play their game than I do. Oh, Cannonball, you're stuck, huh? Alright, well, let's test this out. I should be able to teleport. Nope. Oh, wait, maybe? Yep, there it is. Wait. Well, I have to, basically, when I let go, I'll go there. So, this is our altar room. Or near it. I guess I can't go in because I haven't been in. Excuse me. Alright. Maximum HP by 33%. That's going to be great. Gives back all HP, all ammunitions, maxes out reload energy. This one I think would get me to about the same number, plus the future potential for some. Reveals greed's position on the map through every realm. I assume realms are floors, and I assume greed is what I have to beat to get in. I'm going with hard skin. So let's count here. This would give me 4. That only gave me 3, but the potential to go up further in the future. We'll see how that decision pays off. Well, it seems fairly obvious that this is the direction we need to go. And there's our boss fight. Alright, here we go. Whoa, wait. Before we do this, I have the opportunity to buy some stuff. Is any of it going to be particularly useful? A short-range shotgun. Can you switch between weapons? This is stuff I don't know. Gives back 1 HP. Yes, please. And then a map. Does this apply to the future realms? I only get to pick 1. I mean, the thing about the shotgun is I never shoot my gun. So I'm taking the map on the off chance it applies to future realms. Let's go see if we can't beat this boss fight. As far as I know, the boss fights stay the same. I don't really know how to dodge that particular thing yet. Also, his most vulnerable... There it is! Fuck! I was going to say, his most vulnerable time he hasn't really given to me yet. I'm taking... Wait, I did it. I've done the thing where I disappear. But maybe I can get super lucky and just... I'm about to bug out the boss, and maybe that will let me save my game. We're stuck together in Foreverland. But I bet I need to jump in that hole. And I can't. I can't. I can't do it. Here's the bug on full display. Look. Oh, the teleport! That's the way out. The teleport is how I can save it. Well, I've just bugged my way out of the boss fight. And onto a new floor. I'm amazing. Please don't come get me Flying Oak Games in East Studio for hacking your game. But for those of you, they say that they're issuing, a buddy of mine told me, Joe Diamond, mentioned that they're issuing a fix. We're now on a floor that I know nothing about the enemy attacks, so bear with me. And they said, like, as soon as possible. I hope that means today. So hopefully by the time you see this video, that's dated. But please note, there is a skill on the tree that lets you teleport. It seems that the slam bug can be solved by teleporting out. You'll show up properly in the next room, and you're this fucking jellyfish attack in slow motion, and I still can't beat him. Nope, don't do it. Alright, there's a shop above me. Alright, this will give me back an HP. This increases damage on stunned enemies. Sawed off shotgun. I'm curious about a lot of things, but I definitely want the health. I'm going to try the weapon. How do we change it? I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm going to just play with some buttons. I think it might just be my only gun now. I think I've made my bed. I'm gonna hit more buttons just to see. Nothing in select. So yeah, I think it just changes the type of gun you have. It's not like you have like an arsenal kind of a la something like gun, which makes sense. It's not really what this game's about. Like your range attack's an option, which you know I use so frequently. I'm kind of hoping there's an enemy at some point that they kind of force me to use it with. Alright. Yeah. That was gross. doing all right. Look, I know what y'all are thinking. We would have beat that boss. We wouldn't have come out probably with the HP we ultimately did. Although we did take a lot of damage while we were stuck in the unknown, in the upside down. Fuck. Yeah, we're dead. Well, that was seems like a pretty good sample run. I wanted to show you all ScourgeBringer, and that was it. I highly recommend this one if you are into any of the roguelites like the ones I mentioned in this video so far. Stuff like Dead Cells, Binding of Isaac, Gungeon. You know, anything where you can sort of make incremental progress as you go, so there's a reason to play it. It's not a true roguelite, or excuse me, roguelike in the sense of there's no progress at all. You know, you get upgrades, which like for right now, for example, we have 3 to spend, which, oh, now this branch of the tree did open because I contributed 1 to this side. It looks like you need at least 1. So we could throw bullets back at enemies with the smash. It's a tennis ball move. I like it. So you get that progress, but then at the same time, there's a sense of, you know, the typical roguelite where you're gonna have to roguelite where you're gonna have to start over, and you'll get better and better at the early, you know, levels as you go. You saw how much more difficult that next phase was. So if that's something that sounds good to you, you should absolutely check it out. I'd like to remind you again, it's on Steam right now. It's only like $11, which isn't bad. But if you have Xbox Game Pass on your PC, it's free right now. No reason not to check it out. Free is one of my favorite prices. So I highly recommend you do that. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like. Helps out a lot. Let me know in the comments what you think of this one. If you've been playing it or saw it in this video for the first time, I want to know y'all's thoughts. And then lastly, of course, if you want to see more, hit subscribe. Helps out a lot, and I'd love to have you around. I do this kind of stuff all the time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.